Welcome everyone to this fine Saturday. How's everyone doing? What's going on? It is Saturday. We are live. We're seeing some nice things in the market. Flux is pumping. I see some of you guys talking about that. Awesome. Flux on the rocket ship. I sold it. Anyway, more on that in a little bit here. So let's scroll up and see who we all got in the chat. Scrolling. All right, so Skirm, what's going on? Gaming with Smoky Dan's, the Pirate. Rud Putz, what's happening? Budweiser. Leo L, what's going on? Scrolling through. I'll try not to repeat. You guys are talking like crazy. Alexander Fleener, what's going on? Tech Man, what's happening? Crypto Bedell. Next in mining India. What's happening over there in India? You guys got super cheap power over there, don't you? I'm pretty sure you guys do, but I could be wrong. Jock McMiner UK, what's going on? Danielle Carr, what's happening? What do we got? Snowflake X, what's going on? King Mining, Travelers Travels. Talking. Ninja Kid, what's happening? Gaming with Smoky Dan. I think I said that, but I guess I'll just say it again. Just a miner. Oh, what is this? Namcho Kayacho? I butchered that. I apologize. I do that all the time. I always butcher that one too. Atapati. Atapati? I don't know. At a party. That's for Rud Putz. He's at a party probably. Huh? How Rud? Anyway, Crypto Perks, what's going on? Crypto Bedell. Chris Rish, what's going on? What do we got here? Scroll. We got the countdown from Rud. Oh, it jumped on me. Coinology, Chris Roberts, Ultra Carbon, Nick Roberts, and Crypto Craig. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing? So, what's happening? Yo, what's going on? Yeah, hi, everybody. Lambos are coming if it's going so far. Yeah, so awesomeness. Now, Flux is seeing a nice gain today, guys. I bet you guys are stoked and pumped for that. Going through Twitter, going through other people's comments, like people are going out. They want to start firing up some rigs. Everything's looking awesome. And then, I have the stream. It's called GPU Mining is in Trouble. So I was going over some of my spreadsheet data, kind of like what I did previously to the Ethereum merge to get an idea of what, the future of GPU mining may look like. And it's still coming down to the exact same equation. There's too many miners online. We need a lot more miners to still quit in terms of GPUs for decent profitability. Anyway, we'll look at some of the chart stuff later. I plan on throwing all this into a video sometime because it is kind of interesting. But anyway, regardless, Flux is pumping. And I kind of wish I did not put that 1000 Flux in the Titan node because it's locked there for a year. I know yields are down, the halving's coming up, but I feel 2023 is the average year of sideways right now. So we're not in any bull run. I know there's a lot of big people out there, massive channels and stuff. Oh, BTC is going to hit this. We're in that. I really feel 2023 is not a bull run. It's the 2019 of the previous cycles, the 2015 of the previous cycles. We'll see some nice gains. There'll be a lot of ups and downs, but I think the average is going to end up sideways throughout this year. So in terms of that, so Flux, it went up. Let's take a look at the price right now. We can see it's actually on the way down again, but up around here, it took me a while for the confirmations. It's the first time I actually sent Flux to an exchange. It actually took a while, so I was kind of disappointed. Regardless, doesn't matter. So Flux spiked, like I said, you're sideways. I don't expect it to last or go up much more within this time frame. So I was like, all right, I'm going to sell this. So I sold it. I don't know where I sold it. I finally sold in this area here somewhere. And then now we can see it's dipping down. So I'm hoping this falls. Like right now, it's about $1.30 Canadian. Actually, it's dropping now. But when it spiked up to here, it was around $1.30 Canadian. I sold at about $1.28. And I'm hoping it drops back down because it's been averaging around like 75 cents Canadian throughout the past few months. So I'm hoping it hits maybe 80 cents or something. I buy back in, maybe go from, I started with 337 Flux. I wrote it all down, and maybe I can get that to about 450, 500. So if I can make over 100 Flux in a few days to a week here, that's like 6 months worth of mining with no electrical costs. So I feel the trading aspect right now is probably a better option. And I do see a lot of people were taking profits today as well. So I am kind of sad I have it locked away, and I probably could have turned that you know, I would have had about 1,300. I might have been able to gain an extra 400 if this drops to the 80-cent level Canadian again. So that'd be awesome. A huge influx in that for a future run. So what are you guys doing? You locking it up in nodes for 15 flux a month, or are you potentially tripling your holdings by trading? So it's very interesting, different ways to do that. I'm not a trader though, remember, not financial advice, but taking into account, we see the market, we're holding, we holding, and we're going to see a lot of pumps across a lot of coins. So I'm just wondering, do we throw in the short game and try to gamble a little bit? Because I think that I'm going to try doing that this year, just see how it plays out. And I probably could end up losing everything, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I've got over 1 gigahash on Flux Unmineable with my 2X L3 pluses plus 8 GPUs. Awesome. That's awesome. Travelers Travels. Now, I did do previous unmineable videos where I was testing out Bitcoin with ETC, and we were losing a little bit, but some people in Discord were actually like you probably seen it, Travelers Travels, but the script algorithm swapping over to some of the other coins is actually a lot less of a loss. It's pretty close to if you were just swapping yourself. So it almost depends on what you're mining and stuff and what you're getting paid out in on what those other fees could end up. And it looks like script into some of these other coins through Unmineable is a very liable option in this case. So that's kind of cool. I'll take a little profit when Flux hits $42. Hey, a lot of people will be taking profits at that levels. A lot of people will be taking profits before those levels. That's an insane profit margin. That's awesome though. Hopefully it hits those levels fairly soon, but we'll see. I've got 1 Nimbus node and 2 Cumulus nodes. That's awesome. Now, you locked in when you do those other nodes yourself? Like, I would have went that direction. You do get more than a Titan node using the Cumulus and stuff, but I don't have the internet bandwidth. I feel we're limited as some home miners. You need a lot of bandwidth, and a lot of us can't do it. So that kind of cuts us out of the equation of able to run our own nodes. I can run a lot of other nodes just fine, but I feel Flux is one of the more demanding of them all. But they are trying to do a lot of things, so you can argue that. Flux nodes are not. So that's awesome. So you could trade if you want. See, that would be a better option. That's a good option. You're not locked in. The Titan node, you are locked in. So that part kind of sucks. Well, at least it told me I was locked in. I never actually tried to withdraw. So maybe I could. It'll just ding me a whole bunch. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the Titans are actually locked. And then whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I hope the 3GR are pumping this year. Let them make a little bit so we can hodl some more coins. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I hope Raptorium hits some pumping this year. I'm pretty confident Raptorium's going to do some great things here moving forward, but we just got to get through the bear market. Sneak a Flux node into the workplace. I guess you could try to do that for sure, especially if we work at like a data center. So what was I going to look at here? I guess let's start also with Yatacoin. You guys been checking out Yatacoin? Boom. Let's hit this up. Let's go into my full screen so you can kind of see. So here you can see, oh, awesome. This is so a lot of you people, we went into this, Yatacoin pumped quite a bit. It's still up 1,400% and went to about 1,800 the other day. We dropped a video about it about a year and a half ago. I was like, here's how to mine it. It was only making like $5 a day. If you controlled the entire network prior to 2 days ago, it was only making like $5, $6 a day if you controlled the whole network. So I only mined this coin a couple days a month. I spun up my own node. I solo mined, and it's hilarious because I come into here and then all the blocks will be blank because that means you're a solo miner. You're not on an official pool. And I just take over the whole page of all mine because I have like 350 to 400 kilohash worth of random X hash rate. And there's usually only about 200 kilohash, 150 to 200 on the entire network. So I'd literally take over the whole network. It's kind of fun. I go in the Discord. Don't worry, guys, you're not under attack or anything. But I do this, every couple days, every month or two. And it was a lot of fun. And I stocked up some Yata coins. And then all of a sudden we had this massive spike. Now, all the pools have been going down. So this is a good thing in theory. And a lot of people are getting frustrated. The pool's going down. This is going down and so on. But if Yatacoin, ends up getting massive explosions in 2025 because they're geared towards social media and, a lot of people are just all over social media. So this is a real big use case thing and geo-locking with their meta map or whatever they got going on there. I don't know the full details on everything, but they're doing the whole social media thing. So there could be incentive. A lot of people get on board. Anyway, regardless, the pools are limited to an X amount of miners, so they're hitting their level caps, then they're all going down, and we can see invalid block heights. But if you are running your own node right now, you're probably reaping the rewards. So let's just kind of have a quick peek into that. So I'm going to bring up this. We're going to come into here. I'm going to open up, hopefully this works. Once this does load, bam, there it is. So I'm going to have to hit the F6 on my auto clicker for blocks in a second. Hit this. Hold on. Fudweiser's going to get pumped because he's about to see Roblox. There he goes. So we're going to minimize this for a minute here. Got the Roblox happening in the background on the server PC. We're going to open this up. And here's the Atacoin node. So I just want to make sure it's up to sync. So I got 29 miners online right now because obviously I'm streaming right now. So I have to shut my workstation down, the 7950X. So I'm on block height 796. So I am up to par still. Let's just go back into here. 796. All right. So I'm all synced up still. Oh, you can't see that because I have that on. So you can see down here, block height is 411, 796. So I'm synced up. My node and everything is still mining, but majority of the hash rate, it was up to 5 mega hash. Now we're down to under a mega hash. So my node is still going strong and doing good. So I'm just going to actually close this back out and put Roblox back on because I just needed to check that anyway, and may as well check it while we were live. So I'm coming back on here, put this back on, turn on my auto clicking cheater. There we go. We should be clicking away. Should it flash? Yeah, there you go. We're good. So we're good. So we won't get DC'd there for being AFK. Get ourselves some more Solaris. And now we're going to come onto here and we're having there. So I'm going to come into my wallet now and see just how many blocks I've hit so far. So I'm just going to hit the refresh button. I'm going to go on to the Rabid pool. This is all public, so that's fine for you guys to see. Rabid pool. So let's just have a look here. So I'm at 375 right now. So 830, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I found 10. Is there more? 28? Oh, 10. So I found 11 blocks in the last 2.5 hours. 11 blocks in 2.5 hours. So there's 25 YATA per block. So 25 times, I guess, 11. That's 275. 275. I'm going to divide that by 2. So that's about 137 YATA per hour. I'm going to times that by 24. That's about 3,300 YATA per day. So if I come into YATAcoin now, what's the price at? 3,300 YATA a day. If I stay on par average with this, times 0.018, that's $59 a day. Because the network keeps going down and I'm running my own node, I'm continuing able to mine. I'm also helping keep the chain on track to moving forward. This is where decentralization comes into a big thing. Sure, I'm kind of stealing most of the blocks away because the pools are down, but I'm also keeping the pool going forward. So, and because of it, I'm also getting a bunch of blocks that people are trying to find, but the pools are down. But, you know, I'm on track for almost a $60 USD day because these pools keep going down and I'm helping the chain remain forward. So running your own node is a good thing to do, especially with a lot of these coins. So very interesting stuff there. Budweiser Roblox late but making boys. Yeah, so it's interesting there with the Atacoin thing. It seems to be rewarding. Now I'm also wondering, like I'm thinking about the same thing as Flux. It's seen a nice pump. Is it going to remain strong for the next month or so? Maybe not. So I might try to throw in a short position again. What if I should just sell a bunch of these coins, just wait, and then buy back in when the price drops and then wait for 2025 or something? You see what I'm going on here? So I'm really looking forward into noticing these spikes, sell as soon as they spike, because, and then, you know, just buy back in, because we're not in a bull run. 2023 is not a bull run. We're not going to be moving into new all-time highs this year. As much as people on Twitter or anywhere else is trying to tell you, I really don't think that's going to happen. The end of 2024 is when we'll start sliding into the bull run and we'll peak in 2025. This is what I feel the market is going to do. So I feel this is the best time to capitalize on these pumps and use them to your advantage. Not financial advice. I don't know how it's going to play out, but this is what I'm going to try to do. Do you guys agree with me? Disagree? I don't really know. What do we got here? We got Rambo, the crypto bounty hunter. What's going on, Rambo? What's happening? Mine buying hodl, Flux. Now if you're in the boat, as me mining at 14 cents, we're good in the green. 14 cents, you're good in the green on what GPUs? Let's have a look here. How much does okay, what is the current hash rate of a 3070 on Flux right now? Anyone know off the top of your head? Let me know. I haven't tested my 3070 on Flux, I don't think. So someone fire me some 3070 numbers. What does a single 3070 currently do on Flux? Because at default, it's negative 20 cents. So I need to upgrade this to see what it's actually looking like. Anybody? Anybody? I got wrecked shorting Flux when it was $1.18 a few months ago. Lost 9,000. When it was, oh yeah, we should have waited longer. You went in too early, Ultra Carbon. Ultra Carbon. 3070 is about 0.5 flux on a mineable 70. What's the hash rate though? Like what's the power and hash rate? I can't even remember off the top of my head here because it's been so long since I tested these. What are we, like 55 at 120 watts or something? We had 68, 60 souls, 120 watts, 110 watts. I'm not sure. 61 souls. Okay, 61, 100 watts. All right, that sounds about right. So let's just see what that's looking like. Remember, with what to mine right now, because we don't have Ethereum, everything isn't average. You're going to have to swap over to current profit and current values. This reads the network closest to within 5 minutes of right now of hash rate changes. So we're going to come into that. And now we're going to calculate 11 cents per kilowatt hour. We got Flux at negative 10 cents. So Flux is still losing with this pump at 16 cents before power. Now with the halving coming up, remember that's 16 cents if hash rate and price remains as is right now. That's 16 cents on free power is going to drop down to, well, half of 16, 8 cents. So you're going to be making 8 cents on Flux with free power. That's pretty crazy to think about. I don't even know. I want to go into that. Anyway, regardless, let's take a look at some of my spreadsheets I was looking at just to kind of throw the hammer at people again to realize that GPUs are not what they used to be. So here is this sheet. I'm going to go into chart 2 right here. So hopefully you guys can kind of see this. I'm going to be moving this around a bit, but this is previous. So previously we got ETC is still the top coin. This is pulling current prices and whatnot on most of the coins. But I added in Caspa and Nexa and stuff. And it's interesting because remember previously you said a new coin may come out. They're not out yet and they might come. Now Caspa was here previously, but it hasn't been as big as it was. Nexa came out within like a month, so way after the merge. It's a new coin. But Caspa and Nexa took the second and third place spot in terms of paying miners the most. So 2 new coins did emerge that we were unaware of previously to that. Caspa was getting traction and talked about, but it really wasn't really listed on exchanges and stuff prior to the merge. So that's interesting. Nexa came out and look at that. These are the newest top 2 coins behind Ethereum Classic that GPU miners can mine. Then we got Raven coin and so on. But all of these added up. Let's just have a look here. We have Ethereum total. Now this is Ethereum, what it paid us in, do I have it in, let me, if I go to GPUs here, do I have it? Yeah, I have it right here. So here's Ethereum on the day before the merge. So it was paying out, and you guys can't see, so I have to move this. Stop, chart 2, there we go. So here is, move this over. So here's Ethereum the day before the merge. So we were in a bear market. The price was down to 1635 and there's about 8.5 terahash on the network. 60 mega hash was giving you $1.54 per day. That was $1.20s at 11%, 11 cent power. So Ethereum just prior to the merge was paying out $1.20 per 3070 after power. So that's kind of what we're gearing for. We're looking best case scenario, we can hit profitability levels the same as Ethereum just before the merge with all the other coins added together. That's what we need for profitability to kind of, you know, do its thing. So now we're coming back into here and we're coming into short start. Okay, so right here. All right, so now we can see with all the coins currently right now, we are still down 95% of what Ethereum was with Nexa, Caspa, Ravencoin, Ergo. And remember, Ergo is dropping its block reward every 3 months. Flux has a halving coming up, so that's not going to be here. But right now, we are still down 95%. Yes, we're in a bear market. Don't worry, I got this covered because I went through every single coin you see here and I used its all-time high price that it has ever hit to compare to see what it would look like. And I said previously, if the merge happened at the peak of 2021, when everything was near its all-time highs, we would still be unprofitable. And the numbers are still the same. So let's look at all-time highs. So we're going into here. So now we're going to look at all the all-time highs with the exact same coins, what everything they hit. And we can see how much they're paying. ETC was actually up to paying $2 million per miner. Caspa, remember Caspa, Nexa, we haven't really seen them. They haven't really hit a bull run in theory, so they can go a lot higher. So who knows what's going to happen though? That's a lot of unknowns. These other coins where I have a date beside them, 2017, 2017, 2018. Ergo, for an example, hit its all-time high in 2017, not in 2021. Some of these coins might not see these all-time highs that they previously seen. On top of Ergo also paying a lot more coins out at the time than it did now. And then we move, actually I don't have this corrected to that block time or block reward then. But anyway, a lot of these coins too, like Bitcoin Gold 2017, Eternity, Beam, these things were like 1,000x, 10 to upwards. Some of these were 1,000x in their previous all-time highs to what they ever hit in 2021. So there's a lot of inflated numbers with a lot of these coins, and there's a lot more GPU mineable coins. But regardless, all of these coins at whatever absolute high they hit in the past, added up, we got it right here. We are still down 73% of what Ethereum was paying us. 73% with all those coins still at their all-time highs. It's not looking good for the future. Now, what we seriously need coins to go 100x, 1500x or something to support all the coins. The bottom line is going to come down to the exact same thing. More GPU miners have to quit, or the next bull run, you can already throw it off the table. You're not going to be profitable unless more GPU miners quit, because there's a lot just shut off waiting. We're looking at, like I said, people saw Flux pump. Oh, it's time to turn my rigs on. It's time to start looking for the space again and all this stuff. People start turning on, the difficulties are going to spike again. We are nowhere near any terms of profitability when it comes to GPUs looking in the next bull run. So I just wanted to throw kind of together my quick spreadsheet to kind of showcase that for you guys. And, you know, you can disagree with me, agree with me all you want, but let me know your guys' thoughts. Now, I will put this together in a video, kind of explain it a little better, but any coin at the all-time high, if the merge happened, Ethereum is worse than any bull market that any of these coins have ever seen before, just because of the fact that so much hardware came online and so many miners are still having their rigs just shut off. My GPUs are just shut off, hanging out back there. Now, it doesn't mean, you know, don't go out. There's been times like Nexa, for example, when it first released, what did I mined it for a week? The first day I got 45 million coins, and ever after that, if I sold that right now, I already sold it. I sold it way too low. But if I would have hodled and sold it now, that would have been like over $1,200 for that 1 week's worth of mining. So there's still times to turn on your GPUs and potentially spec mine the crap out of something, and hopefully something pumps. But in terms of when all the hash rate comes online and we're in a bull run and everyone's talking about it, the coins altogether, they're not going to be able to support all the hash rate. That's still waiting to come online. So it's going to be interesting times ahead. And this is why I think we feel the move, and then like we predicted this, all you guys that's been following the channel prior to the Ethereum merge, these are the numbers that we were pretty much saying was going to happen, while everyone else was saying, no, we'll still be good. Look at what to mine. This coin is still profitable, but no one really understands how the difficulty works on these coins and all that hash rate and difficulty, and the ASIC debate on how full Ethereum was when it was only like not even 30%. And the numbers are playing out. That majority of ETH was GPUs, and it just slammed into these other coins. And this is pretty much the worst thing that could have happened to GPU miners, is the end of Ethereum. So we're just going to have to hold out, wait and see what happens. But we definitely need something like Flux. Flux needs to hit like $1,000. We need ETC to hit like $1,000. Like, we need some massive gains across a lot of coins. And that's why I feel 2025 is going to be a bull run. But I don't think the current coins for GPUs are going to make big enough gains. We're going to have to wait till probably 2029. And when 2029 run hits, it's going to be a whole new term of newer GPUs, making the 3000 series and stuff pretty obsolete. Now, Flux and stuff, DAG doesn't increase, but the efficiency across hardware will get better. So that's where it comes down. It's just a natural progression of hash rate. And then same time, we have Nexa and Caspa. By the time those come around, 2025, 2029, there probably won't even be GPU mineable because they'll probably be loaded with ASICs and FPGAs at that time. So there's a lot of uncertainty still ahead for sure, but the numbers are not looking good in terms of how much these coins can currently pay out and how much they've paid out in previous all-time highs. Flux went to 1K. Yeah, that's the thing though. Flux went to 1K. Yeah, everyone would be rich. And then what happens if everyone sells? Then, you know, the price dumps and then we're not at that $1,000 anymore. We're back down to $4 or something. I don't know. What's your node address? Can we mine to your node? My node, no, it's not like a publicly open node. And the way I have it set up so it'd be faster for me to set up is it's at 100% pool fees. So it pays to the pool node address, and then I just take my pool address and send it to my own wallet. So it's not set up for any type of public type, I guess, situation. Now, maybe I could, I don't know. I can't really afford much. I'm renting VPS and stuff from my Duro pool, and that's going into there. But, you know, maybe I could rent a VPS and fire up a Yata coin node if that's something you guys may want. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to cover the cost of that. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. FPGA looks like the future. It's hilarious. Like, I don't know if FPGA is the future because it'll Caspa and everything. Like they said, it's going to move. It's going to start on CPUs. Just like a lot of the coins, start on CPUs, move to GPUs, moves to FPGAs, and it moves to ASICs. So even FPGAs in theory will be kind of like just another step in towards the ASIC department of these, depending how they perform. I don't know. So it'll be interesting. Like the E300, it looks like an ASIC. A lot of people get that confused, but it is strictly just like 3 FPGAs put into like an ASIC, you know, S9 body or something. That's all the E3 is. It's an FPGA in an ASIC frame. FPGA, and that's another thing. FPGA though, it's a lot harder of an entry fee as well. You know, people don't just get in there, figure out, okay, I got to program bit streams, do all sorts of things, and you know, it's a whole totally different side project altogether. It's another level of crypto mining completely over top of just firing up a GPU. Obviously, throwing some overclock settings. It's a lot more configuring to do with an FPGA. You only need one CPU right now. Yeah. Only 4 years left of Caspa emissions. That's true, but I believe there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with Caspa. Like, I don't know if there's a halving. I don't know what's going on. Like everywhere you look, it seems like Caspa emissions is actually a lot longer than that. But the emissions is like 4 years for GPUs, because in 4 years' time, the GPUs will pretty much be, the hash rate will be so high, the difficulty. So I don't really know the full story on that, because everywhere I look, I'm trying to get information on it. Everywhere I look, you see it's a different thing talking about it. One says, you know, total emissions, Caspa will no longer have coins left in 4 years. Another where you look, you know, it's just, that's just regarding GPUs because it's moving to the next level of mining and the difficulty will be too high. And then it's, I don't know, it's just crazy. So I don't really know. If you know, awesome, but I'm just saying I don't know how the full infrastructure and emissions does work on Caspa itself. You guys are sleeping on RandomX, other altcoins. RandomX is a great algo, especially for CPU miners, because obviously you can only mine with that. I did try XMR solo mining again for about 3.5, 4 days. It wasn't working out in my favor. I was at about 50%, and I was like, okay, I got to shut it off. I'm burning up too much power. I'll try it again later. So that's what I do. Like sometimes when Duro hash rate or some other hash rates get too high and the profits come down, then I just, you know, I'm going to try XMR solo mining, because I have hit solo blocks in, you know, less than a day, at 4 hours, 1 day, stuff like that. So I was getting over 3.5 days and uses more power. So I was like, hey, back onto something else so I can start covering that power bill again. So that's what I do. I do bounce around and move all over the place, and it's a lot of fun. Can we mine to your node? No, you cannot. You can't mine to my Yata coin node. Sorry, apologize. Like you could if I opened up the port, you probably could, but it's not set up, so all the payouts will just go to me. So it's not in your best interest to mine to my node. Okay. We need 4x CPU motherboards for AM4 now. 1 case, 4 CPU. Yeah, but the CPUs are nothing. They don't support that. The latest Threadripper just finally got support for dual motherboards. So on top of, just because they'll make a dual motherboard and stuff, the CPUs and stuff also got to have the architecture, I believe, to support the dual setup process and stuff. So I think it's impossible to get, but never say impossible. You never know. That makes somebody try to do it, I guess. But you know, if it was possible, that'd be awesome. I'd be all for, you know, 2, 3, 4 CPU mining motherboards. That'd be sweet. But it's not possible as far as I'm aware. I don't know though. Why don't you have each CPU on every different coin? Well, I use my spreadsheet and I bounce around, and I use my CPU mining calculator, which is on my website here. And I use all sorts of different tools, and I look for the profitabilities, I calculate it, and then I just throw it all on there, try to make as much as possible, and then either sell it for another coin that I feel is going to pump, or I hold it and hopefully, you know, it spikes or something. So that's one reason why I don't really do that. Plus, you need different tuning, different memory. Most of the coins, you know, the same overclocks and everything usually works. But if you're moving from random X to something like Ghost Rider or Astrobot, or depending on the algorithm, only a single stick of RAM is needed with no overclocking on the RAM whatsoever, versus other ones that need 2 sticks of RAM. So there's a lot of different algos out here which require different requirements. And Intel's just garbage. Sorry, Crypto Rick. But no, Intel's actually good for, I guess, XMR. They're not bad on Duro. I think they're pretty good. Anything that isn't L3 dependent. Now, L3 cache, you know, just because you have a mat like the 3Ds are coming out soon, it's not going to be, they're more geared towards the gamers. It's not going to boost up your mining speed, I'm pretty sure. They probably dropped the L2 because of it, just like what we saw at the 5800 X3D. But what they do is, all it is think of it as a DAG size. The L3 acts as a DAG size on some of these coins. So like Haven, for example, uses 4 megabytes of L3 cache per thread. Ghost Rider uses 2 megabytes, and so on. And some of them don't hardly use any at all, so you don't have to worry about them. That's where the Intels are okay at. But once you get all those threads loaded, you're not getting any boost of performance from the L3. It's just given the ability, like loading a DAG size for the size of your GPU, to be able to mine that coin with all the threads. That's all the L3 does. So getting, you know, having an extra 5x or 3x or whatever the 3DXs are giving you a huge increase, it's not going to bonus and boost your hash rate per thread. It's going to be worthless L3 at that point. I will let go Bitcoin's pressure right now. Okay. Going offline, Bitcoin's pressure. Oh, that's awesome. Mine Raptor free. Yeah, CPU, Ghost Rider hash rate, I actually came down about 20 mega hash. So the yields are kind of up a little bit. So that's pretty sweet. Stefan, I am in BC. You guys are in BC? Sweet, sweet. So this thing keeps popping up on me. You know, YouTube ad revenue and everything is down. So I'm going to insert an ad. Those of you guys with premium, you won't have to worry about it. Let me know when you guys are back. Did that even work? Anyone hear me? Did that work? Not work? Everyone leaving on me now? I don't even know if I hit the button right. It keeps popping up, so I thought I'd try it. I'm going to do a tester here. We're going to insert an ad, see what happens. Hello? Oh my gosh, everyone left me. It didn't work? I don't know. If you have YouTube Premium, then it didn't work. I don't know. I have no idea how that works. I just clicked it. You saw an ad? Okay, cool. Hopefully it helps and gives revenue or something. I don't know. We're down bad. I don't even know if I can cover the mortgage this month. I actually had to sell a bunch of crypto to cover the mortgage last month, so that sucked. Anyway, regardless, you're back. You're all back. Okay, so it looks like it worked for some. Looks like we lost about 40 viewers in the process of doing that, so that sucks. But oh well. Anyway, hey, do you have premium? Those that didn't have ads, maybe you don't have ads if you just joined too and saw an ad. I have no idea how this whole thing works. It just pops up and says maybe you should play an ad. So hey, you know what? I'll try it this time. That's perfect timing for Ruts. He went to go grab himself a beverage. Where to sell GPUs? That is a great question. Now, usually I do my AMAs on Sundays, which is tomorrow, so I will be back tomorrow, but I will answer questions anytime because I'm here to try to help. Now, as for selling GPUs right now, that's a tough one. Because you can almost think about it. Now, I know Seb, he said he's going to be selling some GPUs. Now, obviously, he's not selling his whole farm. He's selling his less efficient GPUs, which makes sense. You got to move to efficiency. It's all about mining the most efficient, getting the most amount of hash per watt that you can, so you can cram as much hash power within the same amount of power capacity that you have, and then you're making the most for the least amount of power that you're using at the same time. But for selling it, just depending where you're from, check your local marketplace. Canada here, we got Kijiji and stuff. Obviously, there's eBay. They take a fee out of you, I guess. That's what people have been telling me. I've never sold on eBay. I'm kind of skepticism myself of buying, but I have purchased a few things off eBay that seem to come in fine. But same time, be very careful of scammers, be careful with chargebacks and all sorts of crazy things. But I would just start with your local marketplace just to see what's going around there, and then expand from there to bigger platforms like, you know, a trader thing, and then maybe eBay or something. But that's probably the best advice I have if you're trying to get rid of some of your hardware. What is the best way to solo mine BTC on an ASIC? So what do you mean the best way? Like best the pool to use, or like, I don't know. I don't understand what you mean by the best way to solo mine. It's really only one way to solo mine anything, is you find a pool that supports solo mining. Because you're solo mining, you pick the one with the lowest fee and decent latency. Now, when it comes to solo mining, you'll want a decent latency. Now, latency isn't really that big of an issue. Obviously, if you're getting stale shares, you're going to want to find something less latent. You don't want to send a stale share that could have been the potential winner of that Bitcoin block. On top of that, you still use a pool? You can. See, most of the time for BTC, yeah, I just find a pool. Myself, I'm using Lucky Monster. Let's just jump into where's mining pool stats, and let's look at BTC here. Bitcoin. Let's just open this up a little bit. So here we can see all the different pools. Now we have 1% solo from via BTC. Now that's from Germany, so you might have a higher ping than somewhere else. But I think where I got my mini USB miners on right here, Lucky Monster, it's only 0.5. And I have a ping of like 70 or something. So I'm using luckymonster.pro myself. It's a 0.5% fee because you're solo mining. Who cares what pool you use? If you have a decent latency, find the lowest fee, solo mine there, because it doesn't matter how much pool. A lot of people, when they're mining, like you said, you know, Bitcoin and stuff's all right. But you go to some coins, you know, a pool has 40%, 60%, 70%. A lot of miners just come onto here and say, oh, that's the largest pool. That's probably the best pool because everyone's on it. So they just flock to that pool. Now, when you're solo mining, who cares what's where? As long as you have a decent latency, look for the lowest fee. That way you're giving the pool less and you're getting most if you find that block. So that's what you look for when you're solo mining: latency, lowest fee. Now, probably the best way to do it would be to run your own node and point it to that. Then it's 100% yours and 0% fees. It's your own node. So an own node mining would be the best. I'm actually trying to figure out how to run the Geth and everything. I don't know if you can do it in Windows because I'm going to do it. I don't know much about Linux, but I want to start running. I have an XMR node I started up, so I want to slowly start mining into that. And I learned a lot. Like, I didn't even know where to start. It's a rabbit hole and a half. A rabbit hole, I should call it. So I took some screenshots of it. I wonder if I can find it. Okay, maybe it's in Discord. Let's go to this just to show you a little bit of this rabbit hole. So let's go into XMR right here. Where's my screenshot? So there we go. So here's an interesting thing. So there's those screenshots. So when I found out these things, and I don't even know how to explain what I want to say. I don't know how to say this, but so I was solo mining. I ran to my own node, and then, you know, I wasn't finding any work. And then I do some research because, you know, everything I learned, I don't know how to just do stuff. I'm a miner. I'm not a coder or nothing. So I do a lot of research before I figuring stuff out. But then upon going through it, I wasn't finding shares and stuff because my difficulty was too high. I was mining at max difficulty. So in theory, if I was to find a share, it'd be the max difficulty share, and that means I would have found a block. So I'd have 0 shares. Now, when you're pool mining, shares matter because that determines how much you're actually going to get paid by the pool. It's tracking your hash rate and everything through shares. Now, based on that difficulty, you could be sending low value shares, which makes you look like your hash rate is higher. So a question came up the other day, and I didn't really realize all this until I was playing around with my own node and XMR and all this stuff with my CPUs. So some pools, they display a higher hash rate than others. So you really got to look at the difficulty that you're mining at. If you are mining at a higher difficulty on a pool, it'll show you lower hash rate because you're finding less shares, but they're higher hash rate shares. In the end, you're always sending hashes, but the shares determines your hash rate. So now that you got a kind of basic idea here, I was playing around with my artificial difficulty within an XM rig proxy. And here, like, here's the first one. What is this even showing me here? Let me find out. Connection error job. So here you can see I was 8.6 million. So sending the shares in here, I had my difficulty set at 8.6 million. Here you can see 864,000, 8,624,000. So like 8.6 million here. Now my hash rate was around 250 kilohash or something. I was like, okay. So I decreased the difficulty a bit. So average at a pool, normally I am around the 350, 400 kilohash mark. I dropped my thing. Now I was getting some reject and stuff in the process, but now look at this. I pumped my same kilohash at a low difficulty because I sent so many shares. It looked like I was pumping out 1.1 mega hash, which is 1,157 kilohash worth of random X hash rate on my CPU farm. 1.1 mega hash because I adjusted that difficulty down. So then it makes me wonder. So when you're looking at a pool, and if it is reporting maybe a potential lower lower hash rate than another pool, make sure you jot down the actual difficulty you are mining at. Because if you're mining on a pool with a lower hash rate, then you might be mining with a higher difficulty. You're still sending hashes, but the pool is basing it on the shares on that. Now, there's a lot of tricky stuff that could be going on in the background that we don't know about, but it pretty much opens up a whole nother level of what could be going on all these various places. It's pretty crazy. GPU mining is dead. Send me all your GPUs. Hey, someone asked me earlier, how can I sell my GPUs? Right there. Red Panda Mining will buy them up for you, from you. Sell them to him. This was not planned, I swear. I'm not trying to help Panda get more GPUs. Oh, there's how you can sell them. If you're looking to sell GPUs, everyone DM Red Panda Mining. Uh-oh. He probably has them off now. Anyway, so going back to the chat, what do we got going on here? I would like to buy your 1070. Spoiler, joke incoming. Best to cut my need of electricity was to break up from 4,000 kilowatt hours to 2,100 kilos. We'll use this currently for mining. So yeah, those hair dryers and curling irons and all that stuff, they use a lot of power. Dyson vacuums use like 1,500 watts. Did you know that? I plugged mine into the watt meter one day. See how much that thing uses. It uses 1,500 watts. Now 14 on a regular 15 amp 120 volt, your 80% is 1440, which is okay because you have a 125% max for X amount of time. So you're allowed to go over the max, but it's because you run at 80% 24/7 because you don't have time for your lines to actually cool. So it is okay to actually run higher on your circuit as long as it's not running 24/7, because your lines will just slowly keep heating up, becoming less efficient, and then you'll blow a breaker or burn down your house. Be careful with that. You need to fill 66,000 watts for, yeah, that's great. That's awesome though that you got the chance for a deal like that. You have that much power worth of stuff, don't you? What is 4 cents? What is profitable right now? Let's see. We've got a 3070 in here. Let's look at 4 cent power. 4 cent power. Look at that. Everything is profitable on a 3070 or 4 cent power. Can't you just turn everything online? You must have enough for that. Oh, you got all those ASICs and everything too. You got to be close to 66,000 watts, I think. Possibly, maybe. You should be able to turn it all on. No issues. Maybe. I don't know. I would, that'd be sweet. I think of all my stuff turned on. I don't even know how much power I'd use. I'm lucky if I might hit 12,000 watts. I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm that high. I'm probably at like 8,000, 7,000 watts. DJ buys SC2 today, please. I missed you last night. Turn it on. Stay turned. Yeah, but yeah, 4 cents power. That's definitely some nice cheap power, and you're pretty much profitable on anything. Speaking of that, I want to take a look. Where's mining pool stats? Next has been like, the hash rate has been going up so high right now. Like, what's it at now? Next at hash rate. Oh my gosh. Okay, I haven't checked on a couple days. Now it's 9.93 terahash. 9.93, guys. And it's down to, what's that, 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3. So 4. I got to check this out. So GPUs. Nexa, where are you? So Nexa. Oh wait, I have 9.18 in here. I must have checked it recently. 9.93. Okay, we gotta adjust this to 9.93. 9.93. Price is down to, what was it? 411. So how's the profitability on Nexa today? Oh, I'm negative. Okay, so Nexa profitability for me, with 400 mega hash, I use $4.31 per day worth of power, 1,636 watts. I'm actually losing 35 cents per day. Nexa is no longer profitable for me, guys. It was profitable up until, I guess, now. All right, so there we go. Nexa hash rate has spiked. That's crazy. Look at Nexa go, though. That's nice. That's good to know. Like we said, Nexa became the second largest pool here. Where is this? It's the right one? Wrong one? Wrong one. Chart 2, where are you? There you are. Now I can move you around. But yeah, like I mentioned here, Nexa, the second largest under Ethereum Classic for paying out to miners. So Kaspa and Nexa, if you guys are just tuning in, overthrown all the other coins, Ravencoin and everyone. So we were talking, previously, more new coin could pop up. Now there could still be more new coins that aren't made yet or coming out. Rabid coin, probably for CPUs though. But yeah, it's nice to see that these are doing this. They're paying out a decent amount, nothing major like we saw with Ethereum, but they're doing pretty good. Where's my button? Oh my gosh, there we go. Finally. If you live in California and it's 41 cents per kilowatt hour, it's probably only worth mining with one GPU. That's another thing a lot of people don't understand. Like I see that too. And like even in Reddit discords, like a gamer, a single GPU, maybe you have two GPUs, mining at a loss, totally fine. It's not going to destroy your power bill. You're not going to go bankrupt because you can't cover your power costs with one or two GPUs mining. So yeah, it totally makes sense. You can mine at that. And then when the price of crypto goes up, you're obviously going to be able to cover your power. But someone like me, I do use my crypto to cover my power. And if I cannot cover my power bill, I'm not going to mine that specific coin. So that's just the way I do it. Who's missing Flux? Who's mining Flux now? I am not. I sold my Flux. Actually, hey, speaking of that, how's it doing? Going up or back down? Is it still going down? Did I make the right call? Oh, it's coming back up. Maybe I should buy back in now. I'm just kidding. I'm going to wait. Hopefully it goes back to under $1. But if it's about 85 cents Canadian again, that's probably when I'll buy back in. But yeah, I did sell around this area. So we're down. So far, hopefully I'm still winning. See what happens. I wish I didn't have any locked in a node. That sucks. Everyone FOMO. 1 okay, but 38 with a loss. Is that okay too? What? 38 with a loss? 38 with a loss. That's a lot. Unless you can afford to cover power for however long out of pocket, then I guess it's okay. Because eventually the prices on these coins. Now, we don't know which coins will do what. Flux has a massive potential for being the front runner of huge gains in the future. Can't deny that at all. It's going to see nice big gains. It's just, it's not going to see the gains that we need it to be super profitable on GPUs. Mining Flux on a single 2080 Ti to slowly build up enough for a node. There you go. Lamborghini. Look at his name. Perfect name for a crypto miner, right? Lamborghini? How many Flux is enough? It depends on the node. You got the Titan nodes. You can send, I think, any amount for a Titan node. But the Cumulus nodes, you need 1,000. And then I can't remember what the next size up is, 15,000 or 10,000, and then so on. I think there's another node that might be coming out that's lower, but I'm not sure. As much as you can afford, or that. 38 rookie, 56, 24 not running. That's crazy. 12,000. Okay, Cheris says 12,500 for a Nimbus. So I guess that's the next step up. That's crazy. That's a lot. 40,000 for a Stratus. There you go. So it's some big numbers going into those other ones. And with the bigger numbers, you're going to need more, I guess, a beefier computer and internet and bandwidth. Most likely, you'll probably have to rent a VPS, but a lot of you guys have actually super sweet internet, unlike me. Lamborghini, hey, no problem, no problem. For the shout out. Got that DCA bot on Flux long time going. DCA bot, what's a DCA bot? How's that work? I was thinking about doing that trading view subscriber thing. Just have a look at it, because like I said, I plan on trying to do more type of trading, I think, throughout this year, because I do feel there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. It's going to be a bumpy road with a majority of a sideways slant as the average. So I think it'll be a good year to stack up a lot of coins if you do it right. But I'm not a trader. I'm horrible at that. Anytime I sell, I'm surprised Flux isn't at $10 right now, because I sold it. So, well, I sold the amounts that I could, but that's not locked up anyway. Flux nodes forever. Panda's going Flux nodes forever. I'm going to try the trading games. Hopefully I don't lose all my Flux. Well, I got 1,000 locked away in a Titan node. That's stuck there. But I have 337 that I have floating around. So I'm hoping, so if I was to mine, so I'm hoping I sold it there. You know, if it gets back into 80 cents, maybe I'll turn that 337 into about 440 Flux. So that's like almost 100 Flux or something. So if I can gain that, you know, that's like 6 months worth of mining on my equipment with no power costs. So that'd be pretty sweet if I could pull that off within a week, I think. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Or I could just I could have put it in the Titan node and got 15 Flux for the month. I guess that was an option, but I'd rather get 100 in a week. I'm greedy like that. Or I could lose it all. That's the way I trade. That's a bar. I wish I had 150 UOAD. What's that? What's UOAD? Was that prank testing, selling, and buying crypto on Roblox? What? Prac testing? What is that? What's prac testing? What are you talking about? Who's doing what on Roblox? Buying and selling crypto on Roblox. Not me. My 1080 Ti is doing 45.8 at 128 watts with locked core. That's not bad. I don't have a 1080 Ti. I don't have any 20 series. I had one 20 series GPU before, the 2060 KO, and I sold it. I sold it a while back. I think I got decent money for it, but I hated that card. The 2060 KO, I think it was, the 2060 KO is locked. You cannot, I can't remember what I couldn't do. Oh, I couldn't turn the power down past below 70% or 74%. I can't remember what it was, but you couldn't turn it down below that. It was like a locked BIOS somehow. And I was like, oh my gosh, it sucks. And then it all came down to one of Panda's videos too. Is Panda still here? So I remember I was watching Red Panda Mining, overclock a 2060 Ti or something. It was for NiceHash or NiceHash OS or something. It was a long time ago. And he had a 2060 KO and he was overclocking. I was like, he's bringing the power down to this amount and afterburner. I was like, I keep trying. I'm like, my card is broken. How come it's not doing this? And it came down. It's a 2060 KO garbage card. It was locked BIOS and you cannot drop it below a certain percentage. I was like, this sucks. So I was still mining away Ethereum, but I was using more power than it should have. But yeah, I remember that. And I sold the card. What do we got here? Well, the big coding, will be in the big coding while listening. RabidMining, maybe you have read my PM about the tracker. Oh, Daniel Carr. Yeah. He's making some cool type of tracker thing to keep track of assets and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens once the product is finished and stuff, but there's some pretty interesting stuff on there. 150 megabytes equals 6 Cumulus nodes. You can do more if you offset the OS reboots. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the bandwidth to run any Cumulus nodes, or I would have one. That's what I wanted to do, was run a Cumulus, but yeah, my internet sucks. Horrible. I decentralized my power a little bit. I got that up finally. I installed that other breaker on the other side of the room, got the rack set up. I moved some of the ASICs over, but that's about as far as I got so far. But I decentralized my power and kind of split it between the two 30 amps now. So that's sweet. Thoughts on the future of Chia? Oh, I don't know. They're moving in a direction I don't really like. Now, I still don't really know because I'm not sure how that direction is going to play out. So if you're unfamiliar with Chia, the whole thing, hard drive mining, it's awesome. But now there's a new compressed plots coming in, which is fine. I'm all for it. You know, you fit more plots within a single drive. But then you got to keep in mind, think back for all you GPU miners on Ethereum. You unlock LHR, everyone's like, oh yes, more hash rate, we're going to make more Ethereum. Wrong. You're now going to make less. The whole network hash rate. So they said it increased at about, 10% hash rate because of the LHR. Guess what? The Ethereum network pretty much went up around 10%. That was another key point factor. And, the majority of Ethereum was in GPUs. But regardless, so the difficulty goes up, pay per hash then goes down. So the difficulty goes up. The same thing is going to happen on Chia because of it. Now, because you can double up your plots within each hard drive, the difficulty is in theory going to double, which means less per plot will be made. You still might make a little bit more, but regardless, it's that. But the main thing is the GPU plotting and farming. Now, I'm all for the GPU plotting. Get some quick plots in. You think they're down to like 15 or 20-second plot times utilizing the GPU and stuff. That's awesome. You can plot up pretty quick depending on your size. I only got 24 terabytes, so I can plot up under an hour. But it sounds like depending on how many plots and stuff you have. Remember, hard drive mining, only like 8 watts per hard drive. It sounds like to keep the compression to utilize the compressed plots, you might have to operate a GPU per X amount of terabytes, which means you're adding GPU farming into the mix. It increases that power consumption, and the larger your farm, the more GPUs you're going to need to use, or the bigger the GPUs with more RAM, like 3090s and stuff, if you have a crap ton and so on. So the efficiency aspect of it is going to drop. Now, again, I don't know how the whole Chia thing is going to play out. It's just like everything. Depending where you read it, you get a different answer. And there's just a whole bunch of things bouncing around all over the place. So until everything's truly released and we can play with it or something, we'll have an idea. So as for the future, if it becomes, just GPU plottable, plot them up fast, but you maintains compression and stuff through just simply using your CPU, and then you just use your hard drives again, and it still remains hardly any wattage, then yeah, awesome. That's the whole thing behind it. Yeah, it's not making very much, but it's not using any power. So it is profitable. You start tacking on GPUs and something that uses way more power, it's not going to be profitable unless the price greatly, explodes, just like everything else. So right now, there's a lot of uncertainty in my mind with Chia, and I don't know if I want to get more hard drives or not because of all that. Anyway, so hopefully that kind of answered your question. I don't really know. When I did negative memory, it went down to 40. So this is like the Chia halving, but it's more like the doubling, I guess. Is Chia supposed to have? I thought I didn't really look into it. I read somewhere, when's the Chia halving? And then I don't know whatever happened. So is Chia halving? Anyone know? I have no idea. But yeah, Chia, I guess in theory, though, it would be difficulty doubling is definitely the way to put it. When I did negative memory, it went down to 40. Good. Maybe my fiber can actually be utilized. You got fiber? Oh, I wish. I harass Telus all the time. When are you going to give us fiber? We'll get there when we get there. Pretty much all I ever get. Yes. Oh, it does have. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder when that one is. It's probably coming up soon then. Everything seems to be coming up soon. When I go negative, it drops 10 watts while souls stay the same. Interesting. Thoughts on the future. Okay, we went through all that. Anybody have any other questions? Anybody want to talk about stuff? What's going on? What's everyone doing? Hey, let's check on. Yeah, let's check on this again. Refresh. Do we hit any more? Oh, we hit some more. Let's see. How long ago? So we only hit 2 this hour, so that sucks. Oh, you guys can't even see that. So we hit 2 more blocks this hour since we started. We started at 11:59, so 2 blocks. That's way down. That's only 50. What's the price at? How are we still doing? So that's 50 YATA. Where's the YATA price? YDA. Are the pools up? Oh. Looks like they might have went down again. So maybe, some of these blocks might be ours or mine. Or so 50. Price is still 0.018, 0.01. Ooh. It's only 90 cents times 24. Oh, that's still $21 a day, though. 2 blocks an hour is still $21 a day USD. That's not bad. Not too bad. That's 30 rigs, though, divided. I do have one. That's not bad. 72 cents. 72 cents a rig. That's not too bad. 2 blocks an hour. That's better than, let's just have a look. Where is what to mine? Oh yeah. Free power, nice ash, a lithium, 32. Let's just take a look here. Let's go to free power. What is the best? If you had 0 power cost, what would you mine? Gemlink, 44 cents. If you have free power, guys, looks like you should be mining Gemlink on a GPU. The best coin right now that'll pay you the absolutely most on free power looks like Gemlink at 44 cents per 3070. It's pretty good. And then obviously you can just sell that and buy whatever you want. So that's what I do. If I had free power, you know, a big solar system, I wouldn't be on here. I just go straight. It's cost 0. What's at the top? Mine it, sell it, convert it to something. But regardless, if I hit 2 Yata coins, you know, per hour, a single rig is still making 75 cents. So that is still like almost double of what free power GPUs are making on the one coin that makes that much. Craziness. Oh, what's my opinion on the K7? Oh man, that thing's gonna be a beast. So I'll kind of talk about it a little bit. So I am getting a K7. It's kind of a crazy deal that's going on with me and somebody. So let's just have a look at the K7 right now. So it still looks like there's some profitability there, 26 USD a day. So we're going to run through it. Once, you know, they finally ship, we don't know when they're going to ship. Supposedly the end of the month here, they'll be shipping. But I worked out a deal with somebody. He's a viewer of the channel and watch that. So he bought me one of these and he's going to host it for me on 2 cent power. And then I'm going to run the wallet to my wallet and we're going to make videos and stuff on this to see how long it's actually going to take the ROI. Now it's only 2 cent power. So obviously it's only like $40 a month to run at 2 cent power. But once it hits, you know, once it hits the amount of coins, depending on the price. So whatever happens first, either, you know, CKB is very low on price, but I have a crap ton of coins and it's worth the value of the miner that we paid for it. I send him all the coins and the miner's paid off and it's mine and he hosts it still for 2 cents. Or, you know, maybe it takes a while and then crypto pumps and then, you know, I still have twice the amount, but we still send him amount. In the end, I send him the amount to cover the complete miner. So it's like a mine to pay off. We're testing this thing out to check out the ROI of a K7 when it releases. And we're also doing it at being hosted at 2 cent power. So if we actually went to 2 cent power right now, like what is this thing looking like? 2 cent power on a K7 will be 145 day currently ROI. Now we got this for $4,900 from Crypto Miner Bros is where we did order it from. So, and right now you can see the prices are going up because the price of crypto is going up, but it was only $4,900 when we got it. So I got one, he got one. He ordered 2 of these actually. So $4,900 is the ROI. So at $4,850 right now, currently it's about a 145 day ROI. Now, if crypto goes down, it'll take longer. And if crypto goes up, it'll take longer. Depending on how many sold, the difficulty goes up, it'll take longer and so on. But regardless, we do have one of these coming in. It will be hosted at 2 cent power and we'll be tracking the ROI process on the miner as well. But K7 looks pretty sweet. The price of CKB seems to move pretty close to Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin starts spiking, it usually sees some nice spikes as well. It seems like the coin may do well. Now, again, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know how well this coin's going to do. So it's a gamble at the same time. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on with that K7. So we'll see what happens once we finally mine it off, ROI it, and see how long it takes. What is your thoughts on the easy mining and nice hash? It's called Catch the Block. That thing is extremely addictive. DJ Mine knows what I'm talking about. So I actually did a couple of videos on that. I tested it out for nice hash. And the first time I did it, I didn't hit a block. But then right after it, I did hit a block. And then I hit a couple blocks after. In the end, I lost everything. I kept trying it over and over again. And I was winning. I was up a couple $100 just from some Ravencoin things from when I initially started. Started with like $100, went down, and when I got to 20, then I was up to like 300 USD. And then I kept going and it's all gone. But it's very addicting. It is fun. It's kind of fun to do something with your crypto on the side, you know, hit the button, da-da-da. Is it actually mining? I have no idea. It could just be like a slot machine in a casino was rigged. I have no idea. But in the end, it's a lot of fun. You could win, you might not win. House always wins when it comes to gambling, but it's crazy. It's fun. You gambled 9 yesterday, spent 220, zero. Oh no. And there you go. See, DJ just lost $220. So you never know what's going to happen. Like I said, I was winning quite a bit, but then I ended up losing it all. So if you start winning, just stop and get out of there. You won't bother with that, but it is fun. But yeah, just be very careful. There's a lot of gamblers out there. Tech Man, you still there? I don't know if he tried it yet. It's probably a good thing if he doesn't. He likes to go to his casinos on Sundays anyway. So, but yeah, it is fun, but it's just be very careful. You can lose your money very fast also. Tech Man, I hear you. Yeah, it was fun stream. Oh, you were doing it all during the stream too? Oh, that must have been a long stream. What packages did you do? Because the lowest one's at least an hour, and some of them go to 4 hours. But you do gain hash rate. Now, the bigger the pack, it's interesting because the bigger the package you do, yes, it costs more, but you also get like way more hash rate than the previous package, and you also get it for twice the time. So it's like, what do I do? Take the nice little $1 one, or do I take the $30 Raven coin one? I don't even know what their packages are right now anymore. Nice scam. Oh, there you go. Nice scam. Are you aware of the new fair to be helium-like network? Crank network on Cadena blockchain. A lot of good things happen there. What is this? The new fair to be helium-like network. How does that work? I don't know what the fair is. It's another helium miner, but on Cadena. It's pretty much what it is. Is that what you're trying to say? Now, I'm not sure the full story. Now, I know a lot of people are upset with helium. They are moving to Solana. But also, we got to keep in mind, when was the last time Solana went down? So Solana, like if you've been following the rumors with FTX and everything, and Solana was going down quite a bit prior to what all happened. I don't think it's ever gone down since. So it sounds like every time Solana went down, it was FTX brute forcing a whole bunch of like scam transactions or something, I guess, and brought the network down while they were trying to do all their background stuff. So that kind of sounds like what's going on. Network crash. Ever since the whole FTX collapse, it seems like Solana has never gone down since. And it used to be going down like every couple months. So interesting to see if it goes down again. But at the same time, one large company like that was shutting down Solana due to those transactions. If they want to gain momentum into the future and get a lot of users, obviously they got to fix their blockchain so that it'll be able to accompany so many users and transactions. So that's another workaround around it. Anyway, regardless, so Solana seems more stable now for now. And Helium's moving to that. Yes, the rewards and everything went down. Actually, Helium rewards seem to be picking up lately. I haven't checked mine for a while, but based on what everyone's been saying in Reddit and stuff, seems like the rewards have been picking up again since the past few changes, but we'll see what happens. But in the end, it comes down to the tech. I don't really care how much I'm making off the Helium or whatever. It's not using much power, so technically it's profitable. But you got to think about the tech. If they can actually do what I think they want to do, which is to be the front runner in competition to main telecom things, like look at what happened with Rogers in Canada. Canada was shut down because Rogers went down. But we're talking about internet and wireless services. In Canada, we have some of the most expensive cell phone plans in the entire world. I got 2 gigabytes of data with free unlimited, I think it's North American calling, whatever, but it's like $120 or something, $150 for 2 phones. I don't even know. It's expensive. We get ripped off. You guys in the States get the same thing for like $20, unlimited data or something like that. You know, we get ripped off on everything. Anyway, regardless. So if something like Helium can come in and say you could throw your hotspot in the corner of your window, it's outside your truck or something, run it off an inverter, whatever, and have your own Wi-Fi signal and cell phone tower, that's pretty sweet. I think we need this to fight back against these corporations. On top of that, we got the Hive mapper that's supposed to be in junction with Solana that might talk to Helium. So in the end, right now, we're very young. Things might be broken. All miners look at is profitability, and that's all they care about. If we look at real world tech and what these things may accomplish, we may open up our eyes and say, these are things we actually need. And if we can actually do that, if we can have free cell phone plans running outside your house through a Helium miner, that'd be awesome. Free internet, wireless, things so like that. We got the Google Hive Mapper thing going on where you drive around, it covers your gas. Now, we're not allowed to talk about ROI or profitability on it, but you can literally drive to work, drive to the grocery store, go anywhere you want, and it easily covers your gas prices. So I'm only going to go that far into it, but it covers your gas. So that thing is awesome in that aspect. On top of it's keeping the map data up to date. You look at Google Maps, you know, when's the last time something was updated around, you know, some might be 2023. Lots are probably 2019, 2020, you know, 2017 in some places you look. Every time you drive to the store, it updates the map. Everything is current all the time based on the people how to have those in the vehicles driving around. So this tech stuff, it's pretty cool. Everyone's looking at ROIs and that's all they care about. But tech world-wise, I think this stuff is pretty sweet. But that's just me. What was that? Google Map. Yeah, so if you're unfamiliar, the Hive Mapper, let's have a look at this. I've been playing with this thing for a little over a month. And they told me I'm not allowed to talk about how much it makes or ROI. So ROI and stuff on it. But I can tell you, it easily covers your gas. And I drive a truck and gas prices are high right now. So that's just to put it in there. But let's have a look at this Hive Mapper. This thing right here, engage. So it's a little dash cam you put on here and you drive around, you map the world pretty much. So we're start mapping. How's it work? Let's look at how it works or something. I don't know, mapping economy. Where's the map? So here you go. It's like Google Maps type of thing. You drive around, you have it linked to your phone and it takes pictures constantly as you drive. And then when you get home, you upload it. And then, you know, everything you do from Monday to Sunday gets paid out on every Wednesday. So it's a weekly thing. Wednesday's your payout type of operation. And then you get paid out X amount of honey tokens in the process. So you just drive around and map. Anywhere anytime you go to the mail, anytime you go to get groceries, it can be the same thing because it's weighted. It's not based on new mapping that you do. Like, where's the Hive Mapper Explorer? Let's check that out. Hive Mapper Explorer. We'll go into here. Close, engage, deny. So here's San Francisco. In Canada, there's not very many of them. Oh, it looks like the network's growing, guys. It's growing. But, oh, someone in Calgary got one now. That never used to be there. I was like the only one in Alberta. There's nobody. There's a couple in BC. Looks like people driving up from the States to go map there. But, yeah, like here's me. This is mostly my stuff right here. You can see my trips going through here to here, Lacombe, hard inside up to Padoka. So that's like my driving stuff right there, but it goes up to there. And then, you know, you get the same weighted for new stuff wherever you go. And then also, just because you drive the same thing, it updates what you did last week or the week before and so on. So it just, you get paid for, I guess you receive honey earnings based on mapping new stuff, but also just for mapping the same location over and over. So let's just look at the word. So a bright pink is newer map. So this is actually last week sometime. This is from a couple weeks ago because it's fading out. And if it was happened like yesterday when you first uploaded, it'd be bright pink based on it. But you can remap this. It updates your same trails and stuff that you do, and it drops you out in the honey token. It's pretty cool. It's a Google map. And then they sell the map data to whoever needs to use it for stuff like Google and stuff like that. And it's supposed to work with the Helium, so now we got telecommunications working in Helium. We got Hive Mapper working on Solana with Helium as well. And they all kind of want to eventually talk to each other to make a decentralized network where we don't have to rely on massive telecommunication companies. So it's kind of interesting, I feel. I think it's cool. But who knows? We'll see. If you scroll down to communication census, it says LoRa prepared by Helium, Semtrack, LoRa receiver. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's part of the Helium thingamajigger there, but that's how it works. But I didn't do the video on it yet. I'll be looking at it and making a video on that thing here soon. I do have a link in the description if it sounds kind of cool for you guys. But again, like, I don't know, like, once more and more start shipping, they go online, if, you know, the amount of honey you receive, if it's going to drop down, if it's going to pick back up. I don't know how that whole works. All I know is right now, it easily covers my gas to go anywhere. Like, it's pretty much driving for free in a way, and then some. Count me out on paying for any more Helium miners. See, there you go. See, no problem, my best friend. That's where I feel that's where the miners part comes in. You don't only look for ROI and profits, but I feel the tech is there for a better future, but we don't know. Again, this stuff is still really early, really young. You just have to let it play out. So you want to use Hive Mapper, which isn't mining. It's like a node, but you gave me grief about asking your thoughts on pre-search nodes. Neither is mining. On pre-search nodes. What? I'm all confused. What's a pre-search node now? I'm confused. What's going on? Anyway, moving on. What do we got here? I'm waiting on both versions. Yeah, the new version, they're supposed to ship this month. I only got the old version, which is like it's a lot bigger, bulkier than the new version. And the new version, the other thing is USB. So the original doesn't come with the USB, the newer one does. But I thought, okay, because it does save it to your phone data in your phone. So that's when you get back and you upload it on your home network, or you can use cellular service if you choose. I don't, because I'm limited on my cellular service. But when I get home, I finally updated on the Wi-Fi. But mine didn't come with a USB stick, and I was hoping the USB stick to a USB drive would save the data in there and not my phone. But it all goes to your phone. The USB stick and flash drive is only that you can kind of watch your, how you place it in the view and everything. You can see all the pictures and everything that you took. And it's kind of cool. You can go on your computer and drive down the streets like Google Maps by going through the pictures really fast. But all it is, that's all it's there for, is to kind of test your position of your camera. It doesn't do anything. You can't upload or save anything to that. You have to still use your phone data, which was kind of a big con in my eyes, but we'll see. No micro SD and no rear cam. All the GPU YouTubers all jumped on the ASIC train, going against their own options lately. That's one thing I brought up too. I mentioned that on Twitter the other day. So like, you go back to 2021 and you ask any GPU miner how they feel about an ASIC or something. It's like, ASICs are garbage, they're trash. GPU mining is the only way to mine, yada, blah, blah, blah. And now we fast forward to now and, the end of Ethereum and what it did and everything. And a lot more people are getting into ASICs, are getting into FPGAs. Now, I mentioned this last week on why that may be. Now, one, obviously the profits are there where they're not there for GPUs. And two is ASICs are being geared differently than they used to be. Like, you look back a couple of years ago before the Jasmine, or even the X41U, because they're so loud, bulky, and so on, like, they weren't geared towards home miners. But then Gold Shell started dropping the KD boxes. And then we got the Ipollo mini ETC miners. We got the Jasminer Qs and so on. They're quiet. A lot of them are very small and they're very efficient. They don't make any noise. You don't notice them in a house, an apartment, or whatever. So I feel they're gearing more towards the home miners now than they used to, where it used to be towards farms where you didn't care about the noise and stuff. So that's probably another reason why we're seeing a more influx of the ASICs and stuff to the home average GPU miner, I think. But again, it's hard to say. But in the end, it comes down to profitability, and the profits are on these other coins because there's too much hardware out there for all these GPU mineable coins currently. Ads games pay more than mine. Depends what you're mining with. It's like the the Nickelback song where life don't turn out quite the way you wanted it to. Yeah, very, very true. Very, very true for sure. Big ASICs are, yeah, that's true too. Like, ASICs pricing is crazy. They just come down so much in price in these bear markets. It's insane to think about. But yeah, they're way down now. They actually, and you have to be very careful. We met someone in Discord the other day. He wanted to get an ASIC, but then by the time his wire transfer window went through and there was a weekend, so you know how banks work on weekends and stuff like that. They're slow if they're even open on some of them, depending on who they are. They didn't get it in the window. And then by the time they go to try again, a couple days went by and the prices went up. So rule number one, if you plan on purchasing an ASIC, make sure you have your funds, whether it's in crypto, whatever, all ready to go. That way, when you hit the buy button, you send it now, not wait a day or something like that. So that way you get that price, because, crypto prices go up, ASIC miner prices are going to go up. Crypto prices go down, ASIC miners may stay the same. Or go up some more and then go back down. Maybe they're playing an artificial NVIDIA game. I was talking about this in Discord today about Bitmain's playing the NVIDIA game. Like, we don't know how many miners they're actually selling. If you guys saw their latest announcements, they're releasing another K7. Another K7 is coming out. Let's have a look at this. Let's just go to Bitmain right now and have a peek. So Bitmain, going to go into Bitmain. Why did it go back into there? What? Bitmain. Go into Bitmain, go in here. So this right here, you guys seen this bad boy? So we got the 58 terahash, 2,813 watt, 48.5 joules per terahash for 47.48. a new K7 miner. And they're saying it's going to ship by February 17th to 28th. Is it really? Probably not, because they still haven't shipped KA3s or the original K7s. And now the new shipping date is the end of this month. So are they going to ship that? No idea. And the price is up from what they previously. If you look here, the where are they? $4,000. Now this is the outdated price. I assume once they get more of these in stock, they're probably going to say they're $6,000. Third-party sellers seem to be coming up on price a bit, but it's hard to say what they'll do. They'll update this price most likely when it comes out. Now what they did here, I don't really know. Oh, that just switched. They're the exact same hash rate. So I actually broke this down, the K7, this version versus the original, which was 63.3 terahash. I broke them down to gigahash to find the gigahash per watt. And they're the exact same efficiency over that. So I don't know if they just pulled out one ASIC chip and said, all right, we're firing out a new miner. We're going to charge people more for our original miner. Everyone's going to eat it up because they think it's so awesome. I don't know what's going on here. And they're saying it's the best for CKB. It's not. It's the same efficiency with less hash rate. How is that the best? The best is the original, which is a little more power, but it's more terahash for the exact same efficiency. So in theory, you're getting more hash rate at the same efficiency with the original K7. So the original K7 is the best for, say, CKB, not that one. Oh no, I hit all my buttons at the same time. So crazy stuff going on there. Same thing NVIDIA is doing. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, and how many are they actually selling? Like they have their spot sales, the K3s, you know, the S19Js, whatever. They're selling out in 30 seconds. Are they only selling 5 of them? And then say, oh, there's such a demand, we got to increase our prices. This is totally an NVIDIA move, moving over, coming out of Bitmain. So, you know, in the end, we won't know how many miners actually sell until they finally ship these darn things. And then we can track the network hash rates and get an idea how many actually sold. And then we'll actually get an idea, will the older miners be worthwhile? Like I said, with the KA3, if they sell 5,000 miners, pretty much any miner under that is not looking good. Hold on one second. Oh, I had a coughing fit. My throat's getting a little dry. Getting on this Bitmain thing. All right, so what are we talking about here? It's KA3s. So we're talking, if they had 5,000 of these miners sell, pretty much any KA3 miner previous to the KA3, literally in the current market, would not be able to cover its own power price. Not the next best miner. I believe IBLink 3, IBLink? Yeah, IBLink released a miner here. I was kind of having a discussion about it in Discord here, but it's, even with their low hash rate mode, it is still 50% less efficient than the other one. Now, where is it? Who's shorting? What do you mean? 55. Which one? I don't know where it is. Darn it, I don't know where it is. But the IBLink at 2,000 watts, 50 terahash, whatever it is, it's about 23 gigahash per watt is what that works out to be. And the KA3 is still like, what is it? It's like 53 point something. So it's twice the efficiency of even the IBLink coming down. So even the IBLink, if 5,000 of these miners come in, you need the efficiency to compete with them. So the whole network is gonna drop. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll pause the live stream and eat.
I can't just pause the live stream. Little one came down. It's like, we're eating now. Do you want to pause the live stream and come eat? I can't just pause it. Oh, geez. Anyway, so yeah, it's interesting. It comes down to efficiency. So we don't know how many miners have actually sold. So we have to wait for the shipping to actually happen. Then follow the network hash rate and we can get an idea. Did they even sell that many? Was it overhyped? Did nobody buy them? Did they even make more than 5 miners? Like, we have no idea what it is until all these miners actually ship out and we get an idea of the network hash rate. Then we can maybe start getting some numbers together on, should you get a KD box too? Should you get a KD box? Should you get this? Like, are they going to cover their power and things? So there's a lot of uncertainty still. So what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. Anyway, someone said it Ava on PC without, but haven't found it yet. What is that? Don't have extra phones. Link to your Yada pool, please, Rabid. It's not public. Is it still alive? I should probably see if it's still alive. What is this? Why? I don't want my Phantom wallet open. We better check on that though. Actually, let's open it up. There's a couple things right there. See if it's still alive. We'll bring up the old whatever it's called again. What do you have? Where's my button? Where's my button? There we go. 4K Pro, where are you? Engage. Is it live? Better check it on. Okay, we gotta minimize roadblocks here. Oh crap, I can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Hey, what happened? I got disconnected. Okay, whatever. All right, I got disconnected. DC'd off Roblox. Okay, I'm coming in. What block height are we on? For 819. So 411,819. So I guess I'll just let that DC and deal with it later. 419, 819, 4 and 819. All right. So yeah, we are still synced up to the current block height based on this. Let's see if we found any more blocks. Find any more blocks? Wallet. Oh, I think we did. 1218. Yeah, we just found one 12 minutes ago. Not bad, not bad. We need some more though. Need some more. Seems to be working. Oh, wait a minute. Are the pools back online? Oh, they're still down a little bit. Nice. See, the longer the network stays broken, in theory, it's better for me. But, we want the network to get back up and running again. Rabid has the same activation windows. Yeah, that's on the server PC. All that stuff in here. Yeah, this is I'll engage that. Go into here. This is my server PC with all my server stuff. So I have different nodes and what all do I got in here? Let's have a look. Let's take it, boy. My Chia's in here. I got Pulsar nodes in here. Dero node in here. Downloads, Yadacoin pool. So this is where I run my own pools and nodes and stuff. I don't actually run my XMR node. I got a little B-Link box where the XMR node is at. So I run that in there. But yeah, eventually, like I said, I want, with everything that's been going on with the crazy pools, and after I was playing around with the XMR difficulty and realizing you can show a lot of fake hash rate out there. That's why I wonder, some of these miners, increase 8% hash rate on whatever coin. Did they do that? Or are they finding like some type of way to trick the difficulty to make it look like you're sending more shares when really you're still sending the same amount of hashes as that? But no, there's a lot of uncertainty going on with the pools and what they're doing in the background. So I'm like, I'm going to start running my own nodes. Like I want to get an ETC, Ethereum Classic node up and running, just solo mine to that and see how that goes versus a pool, because then all the fees are coming to me. 100% is coming to me if I find a block. Same thing with XMR with my CPUs. I think it's transitioned back to the old school mining, the way it used to be, is there never used to be pools. So who started the whole, you need X amount of hash rate to solo mine. Oh, it's going to take you this amount of solo mine. Who came up with the calculations and profitabilities and things like that? Like look at Chump Chain smashing out a lot of those Ethereum Classic blocks. According to whatever, it's going to take you same amount of hash rate, little over a week in theory to hit that, but then you hit 2 or 3 a week and your ash says your luck is high, but is it actually? Did you really get lucky? The pool's telling you that. Is the pool being accurate? I have no idea. So it's time to start running our own nodes, get everything we possibly can while we mine, and that's kind of the transition I slowly want to move into, but we'll see what happens. Are you ready for the next Bitcoin bull run? Yeah, I'm going to start my Bitcoin node, USB some solo blocks. But yeah, I'm ready. Actually, no, I'm not ready. I don't know what I want. We're past the bottom, I feel, but we really got to take the positions of what we expect to explode by the next Bitcoin bull run. And I feel Bitcoin is obviously it's the safest bet. You can't go wrong hodling Bitcoin. Now there's more of a gamble doing it in these altcoins, but then which altcoin do you pick? What if I was thinking about that one, but I went with this one, but now that one went, 1,000x and mine only went 20x. Well, it's still good, but you kind of see what I'm going on. Some are going to have massive gains leading into that. Bitcoin is the safest bet. We'll probably see a good 5, 6, 7x, but Flux could see a 10x, this could see that X, that could see that X. So what do you actually hodl for that next bull run? And that's something I still got to try to figure out. Are you accumulated for generational wealth or just going to profit as you go type of mining? See, I can't really afford. That's a good question. I think that'd make a good video on something. Maybe you should do that, Panda. But why do you mine? That's a good question everyone should ask themselves. And I know the obvious thing is profits, hodling for the bull run, but that's not why I mine. Personally, myself, that is not why I mine. I use my crypto all the time. I cannot afford to just mine it and hodl it. I use my crypto every day, and that's when I get into it. Like, we'll start the whole example at the beginning. When I first had my gaming PC, I mined XMR and everything. My CPU made enough after a year to build its own dedicated CPU mining rig from my gaming PC going part-time. At that point, I had two. It took me 6 months between the two to get my third, and so on. So I use my entire farm's earnings to build out my next rig, and it gets faster and faster and faster the more you expand. Now, once you get to a point where you can expand whatever fairly fast and whatnot, then I cover my power with that. I do pay for gas with that sometimes. I do use it to get groceries. So for me as a miner, I use my crypto all the time. So it's not hodling for, I'm going to buy Lambos in 2025 because I held on to it for so long. I use it to actually get by every single day, every month to cover bills and so on. So that's how I use my crypto, as daily use all the time. So it's just different on why you're mining crypto and why you do it. I do it so I'm home with the family. I can make YouTube videos, and I use the joint between everything to be able to continue to keep doing it. Financial situation, totally, yeah, exactly. Everyone's in a different financial situation. This is my personal way for crypto. But yeah, also not financial advice to anybody. Anyway, so that's what I do it for. I just do it to, get by, and I use it all the time. And I'm playing around with trading Flux a little bit. Hopefully it works out in my favor. Yatacoin almost to 1 gigahash. What are you talking about, 1 gigahash? There's no way 1 gigahash hit Yatacoin. Yeah, we're nowhere near 1 gigahash. I was shutting down right now if we were near that. I have to shut down when it hits 4 megahash. But it looks like all the invalid block heights are still there. So that's good for me. 915, 950. So we're under 1 megahash. That's good. Well, that's probably not good for Matt's over there. Matt's the dev guy, the guy created Yatacoin and stuff. He's probably in the background just working his little butt off right now, trying to get everything running again. He's pretty quick on it too, though. I remember when I had node sync issues a long time ago, and I was like, hey, my node's not syncing. What's going on? He's like, you in Windows or Linux? I said, Windows. He's like, give me a second. So he'd go in there, he'd program some stuff. He said, here's a fix. And then I tried, said, yeah, it was working good, thanks. And then he'd release an official update, the following morning or something. But yeah, he's a cool guy to actually work about it. Now, yes, sure, Yatacoin doesn't have a lot of transaction, but the people behind it are pretty nice. What are you going to do to get out of that then? Well, I'm hodling some stuff. Build a bigger farm so you can make more money per day. AG depends on your scale expenses. You cannot say I can't. I was mining that Yatacoin last night with 1 rig. It kept disconnecting. Was that due to the pools? Yeah, most likely that was probably because the pools kept shutting down. And some of the pools, I guess there's a limit. It's a good thing and a bad thing. A pool should limit the maximum amount of people, or miners, I guess you should have them to help encourage decentralization across, maybe other pools. But obviously pools are greedy. They want everybody that they possibly can. They don't care about the other pools. They care about themselves, and that's just how they work. CPU and GPU mining are dead. Please sell your hardware to me. You only hold XRP, reset, I swing trade. I remember I had XRP a long time ago, 2017. I got it at like 16 cents. No, a buddy of mine got 16. I got it like, he told me about it. I got it like 40 cents or something. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, well, I'll try some XRP out. And then what happened? It hit $3. Boom, exploded. I was like, hey, this is awesome. And then it's never seen that ever since. Ever since. Just like a lot of those coins we looked at before. Ergo's all-time high was in 2017. No, maybe it'll see better gains in 2025. I hope so, because it didn't hit them in 2021. So you got to remember, some coins might not hit their previous all-time high. So be very skeptical about that. Bull run. Who's pumped? We're all pumped. We all want a bull run. Guarantee it. Obviously, we all want a bull run to happen. I don't think it'll be this year, though. I really feel this can be a sideways average, but we are going to see some good ups and downs across this year. I still have my tweet pinned, Panda. You told me to pin it there a while back. It's still there. I think we'll probably see like, what would I say, 3 or 4x on BTC. Sometime this year, we'll see that peak of a 3 to 4x from the low. Not from now or whatever. It's from whenever the low was 1,500 or 14, whatever. We'll see a 3 or 4x from that. And then it'll come back down again. It's not going to sit there. We're not in a bull run. But I think it'll be a good year for people that know how to trade. I don't know how to trade. I'm playing the trading game right now, but I don't really know how. So it'll be fun. There's obviously going to be some losses happening. Hopefully there's some more gains and losses, but we'll see. You'll find a lot of people express opinion. I've seen every content creator on YouTube express their mentality of mining dependent on their own finding. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everyone has a totally different angle on why they do something. That's why it's good to diverse yourself in a whole bunch of different opinions and I guess creators and all sorts of stuff, because everyone mines for different reasons. Everyone does something for a different reason. So just see what everybody's doing and make your own decisions on why something might be best for you. I'm learning the whole trade thing. Yeah, I really got to learn how to do the trade thing. I got to watch some more of that DCA. DCA has every Wednesday they do the trading thing. I got to check more of that out. Maybe try and view some trading view charts a little more often or something. Exactly. Just like anything, mining, whatever. It's all about what you can afford to lose. Can you afford to take whatever a little bit amount of money and throw it away for a chance at something? Then yeah, go for it. But if you absolutely can, if you're like, if you have this amount of money in your bank account and you need the exact same amount to cover your bill at the end of the month, you can't afford to do that. Don't do it. And make sure you have that there, and then use whatever you can afford to do. I recommend avoiding day trading. 90% of people lose. Just buy and hold and forget. Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm talking about like crypto, like Flux. We've seen this big pump happen today. Obviously, I don't expect it to last, so I sold it. Now I'm waiting. I'm hoping it hits me, maybe 80 cent Canadian again, within the next week or so. I'm going to potentially, hopefully get an extra 50% flux because of it. So we'll see what happens. Someone told me I'm the Linus Tech Tips of mining on YouTube. Hardware unobtainable by most, but the vicinity threw me. That's true though. You get a lot of that hardware to test out to see how they actually work. Some people are very skeptic. Like, should I get that? Should I not get that? How's it actually perform? Yeah, the website's saying this, but does it actually do that? There's been lots of times where, you get things that's reported to do something and it comes out, oh, it's nerfed or it's not hitting what it's supposed to hit or whatever. So it's nice to see actual numbers. So yeah, you're the Linus of mining for sure. 100%. I love Flux for sure. Definitely support the project and been mining it since ETH was still mineable. Yeah, that's honestly, and that was the best time to mine it. Like, I think a lot of people were talking about that previously too, to the ETH merges. That was the best time to mine it. Usually you fall into the bear market, hash rate comes off, everyone starts pulling off, selling GPUs, throwing in the tower. This one's different because GPU mining did get so profitable in 2021 with Ethereum. And, everyone was talking about how they picked up stuff in previous bear markets. So now everyone's pretty much hodling GPUs, waiting for an explosion to happen again. And Ethereum, I feel, is worse than any crypto bear market ever. Like, so the yields were obviously then a lot higher. We have all-time high hash rates across the board on everything in this bear market. The yields are not up. And we're also seeing halvings about to hit all these coins as well. So the yields are about to drop another 50%. Litecoin is in a few months. We got Litecoin's not going to affect anything too much. The bread and butter of script is in Dogecoin, not Litecoin. We looked at that. You're only going to see like a 20% drop in profit. So nothing major. But, Flux going from, like, where are we at right now? Let's go to what to mine. Oh, I was on 0 power. Let's go back to 11 cent per kilowatt hour. I'm going to calculate this. Like Flux, for example, right now, if you had free power, that's 19 cents. If you have free power solo. So now after the halving, if you have free power, you're only going to be making 9.5 cents. 9.5 cents with free power. That's pretty crazy to think about. Your maximum you could get by mitigating 0 parent, it will be 9 cents per GPU on a 3070. So obviously, we're going to see a lot of hash rate come off the network because of it. The difficulty because of it will drop down, but it just makes sense. The same thing happened on Ravencoin. Ravencoin having happened, and 50% of the hash rate did leave Ravencoin, and it brought the profitability right back to the same level. Now, moving into the next bull run, in theory, this should make it harder to obtain Flux, so then more investors should get involved, and then it'll take, the price that much higher. But you got to keep in mind, it all comes down to the investors. Miners don't bring money to a coin. Investors bring money. Miners literally bring sell pressure. Either you're covering your power or for whatever. So, or you're just hodling and it's not selling. So, but regardless, you're not buying the coin. Most miners are just hodling or selling for power or whatever. So you need investors, and Flux does have a potential to do all this because of the ecosystem. They are doing something different than a lot of the coins are really doing. So that's one thing why, Flux is probably a very good option leading into that next bull run for holding a coin for a potential huge pump. Can Yada coin be solo mined? Yes, it can. I'm solo mining it right now, but I don't know if any of the pools support it. The pools keep going down. At best case, run your own node. Solo mine to your own node would be the best way to get yourself some Yada coin right now. You have 3 ASICs mining Flux right now. 3 ASICs? Do you mean FPGAs? I don't think ASICs are on Flux, but I do think some FPGAs can hammer on Flux right now, currently. What else is there? I don't know if there's any FPGAs online for Nexa yet, but I think that's being worked on as well, but I'm not sure. We'll see. See what happens. Oh, on mine. Well, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, your mining script getting paid out in Flux. All right. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to do it. FPGA or ASIC on Fluxes, but yeah, we found out he was using unmineable. I guess he's tricking us down the road. I doubt Flux will allow ASICs, but I heard FPGAs can due to the proof of useful work. I have no idea. I'm not sure what's going on with that. As soon as I realized the halving was next week, everything went Flux. Yes, unmineable. That's probably what everyone's doing right now. What's it? Where's the hash rate on that? Flux hash rate. Flux hash rate, 2 miners. Engage a little bigger. So through the week. Actually, no, we're not really. Fairly steady there, huh? We're up a little bit here at the peak. I guess there might be a slight upwards tick, but not much. Also, one thing to keep in mind, Flux is one of the smallest, well, out of the main coins, Flux is one of the smallest networks in terms of hash rate. Like, do I have this? Is it this? Oh, I still have this open. Stop. How come that didn't DC yet? That's weird. GPU, is it down here? There we go. So it was last week or something I did this, but like Flux, in terms of 3080's hash rate, Flux only has 67,083 RTX 3080s worth of hash rate on the entire network. So when it drops, we're going to have to literally see like 30,000 GPUs come off, which isn't really that many. We've kind of talked about, yeah, Red Panda controls Flux. That's right. we did talk about this last week, how Panda pretty much owns the entire Flux network. And then we looked at Ravencoin. That's 242,000. Ergo, that's 138,000. So like Flux is, I should check out Nexa to see what it's actually at with its 6.7 terahash. That's interesting. You have to do a remake of all this, compare more coins. But Flux is really small in terms of actual hash rate on its network. iPads make me type backwards. UCP mine DBG. Is that Digibyte? DBG? Digibyte? Yeah, the coin knows Rabid a fat check. Oh, I wish. No. I done videos about Yatacoin like a year and a half ago when it was profitable. And then all the hash rate came on and then all the hash rate left. And now whoever mined it back then is probably having a big smile on their face today. We don't know what coin's going to take off. It was decent back then, then it died, and now it's back. So who knows? Hopefully, in 2025, it sees a way bigger gain. We'll see what happens. Ravencoin, been a huge disappointment, still holding in case it pumps one more time. Yeah, we're all waiting now. It'll be an interesting. In 2021, Ravencoin was almost the signal of the bull run. Ravencoin spiked, went kaboom, exploded like 2 days before Bitcoin exploded. So if we see a huge Ravencoin flux, maybe we'll see a Bitcoin spike. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it didn't last very long. Like Ravencoin shot up and then it's just been downhill ever since. So I don't know what it's doing. And what is it? A lot of these coins, they came out in 2017, 2018 after the 2017 bull run. So 2018, 2019, actually, I guess. So this was the very first bull run a lot of coins have ever seen. So yeah, there's not much data on the performance of how they will really do. So we're really sitting on a lot of hopium for a lot of these coins, and just we're hoping something does something. Then it's the same thing. These cycles play out. 2025 will hit, and then we're gonna have people saying, "I told you, I knew it." Blah blah blah. This is gonna happen, and then we're gonna have the same people saying, Bitcoin's never going to fall below this price. Oh, it's never going to drop here. No, it's different this time. No, we're not going to hit a bear market in 2026. And then we're going to collapse and we're going to drop again. And 2026, most likely, we're going to be sitting where we are right now. Well, I guess 2027 is where we'll be right now. Talking about, all right, maybe we're getting some crypto pumps again. Things are looking good. So, it always usually plays out pretty close to the same one. One thing we did notice, though, is the peaks and the bottoms are actually between 2013, 2017, and 2021s. It's almost been happening like a month earlier for the bottoms across them. So that's an interesting fact. So 2013, so the bottom was in 2014 in January. And then when the 2017 bull run came, the 2018 bottom was in December. And then this time the bottom happened in November. So 1 month prior each time. So maybe October will be the bottom of 2026. We're calling it now. Bottom 2026 will be in October. We're looking way out in advance right now. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but crazy. BTC is going up after weekend 25K. I have my medicine card. Write that down. I should write that down. 2026 bottom is happening around the end of October. We called it in what are we in now? 2023. We called it in 2023 that the 2026 bear market bottom is in October. Oh man. I should write that down. Anyway, we've been here for quite some time. My throat is very dry. It's been like 2 hours. I can barely talk anymore. But I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. We do have to wrap this up and all that other good stuff. So thank you for coming out, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, I don't have my button. Hold on. Here we go. Rabid out.